Yeah, there's actually a lot that goes on biologically between like
Yeah.
having a word in your head and having it come out of your mouth. There's a
Right.
lot of,
Right.
the movement of the muscles in your mouth and your tongue and the planning like that goes into before like
Yeah.
it's quite
Yeah.
complicated if you break it down. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
There's
too.
so many different regions of the brain that are involved also, because
Mhm.
if you're like think in a classroom setting where there's something on the blackboard plus the teacher is talking,
Mhm.
that involves two different sections. There's a section toward the front that manages that visual information coming in, and then it's more, occipital for what is being heard. And then all of that goes to a third region where everything gets mulled over and what would the answer be? And then there's yet a fourth section, which is directing those motor components to actually be able to get the speech back out to answer the question
Yeah.
that's being posed. That allows there's so much track, if you will, where you can get derailed.
Yeah.
So many places for the communication to break down along that route. And it's very complicated. And that's one of the things that we see with FASD is that you need to have some people with FASD need much more processing time. And that kind of explains it. It's not just in and out of, most people take our brains for granted because they do so much so fast. There is no man-made computer that can compete
Right.
truly we have supercomputers, all of us, and we just think in and out, right? And
Yeah.
it's that fast, but it really is much more complex and there's so many more places. So giving people the grace of more time can be very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we had talked about too when we were sitting down thinking, oh, gee, I wonder what we can do when we launch our first, hopefully, joint episode. Communication having more set of skills than just one. It's not just a communication skills, it's expressive language skills versus comprehension language skills. And at least with FASD, that is where a lot of people get missed because the expressive skills are so good. We can mimic the speech of someone who is chronologically that age or even older, even though the comprehension level is years behind in a lot of cases. And that gets overlooked. And I think that's what's behind